Welcome to You're the One You've Been Waiting for. Self-care starts with you. So I'd like to start this welcome video with my red notebook. Happy Valentine's Day. Red shirt, red socks, red notebook. Yes, with what's inside this red notebook, with a quote by Marianne Williamson from her book, A Return to Love. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine, as children do. We were born to make manifest the radiance and the light that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others, which is one of the reasons why I passionately believe that self-care is a radical act of healing the world. Since the world is made up of individuals, how each individual lives her or his life powerfully impacts the entire world. So let's be that domino effect of love and light. Welcome to You're the One You've Been Waiting for. This course provides you with the tools and the practices for you to uncover your light and shine your light, for you to step into your power. And that power is inside of you. It's in your heart. It's not something outside of you. It's not something you achieve externally. It is something that you step into within yourself. Waking up at the same time every day. Sitting down to meditate. Getting the sleep that you need. Releasing stress and tension from the day. Releasing stress and tension throughout the day so that you take pauses throughout your entire day to breathe and let go. And this is incredibly powerful because it means that you don't go home at the end of your day with all of this stress and tension that you've accumulated throughout the day, holding in your body. You don't have that whole day's worth of stress and tension because you have taken little mini breaks throughout the day to let go. So you have that much less to let go of at the end of the day. Moving your beautiful body. Finding out what uniquely honors, speaks to, sparks, and soothes your heart and your soul. And creating space to do that every day. So you can then shine your light out into the world. And each of these practices is a building block for the next practice. Each builds upon the next. So that, like strands of DNA, these practices are inextricably and intimately interwoven and connected. And once you have all of them put together, just like that beautiful spiral of DNA, you have a structure and a foundation that powerfully supports you in shining your light and in standing in your power. Following your inner compass, finding your true north. These practices are so powerful that we spend more than 1 month on them. So the first month, the first module, start with you, is those practices. Morning rituals, getting the sleep you need, afternoon pause and reset, and what soothes and inspires your heart and your soul. Module 2, month 2, the ABCDs of self-care. So in our second month, we go deeper into these powerful practices from month 1, from module 1. We explore where we get stuck and why. We pay attention to what we pay attention to. The power of your focus lens to determine your life, and how so much of the way that we see the world was ingrained in us in the first 7 years of our life. So most of it is unconscious, and heartbreakingly, most of it is hurtful to us, is disempowering to us. So when we begin to see those patterns, we can then begin to lovingly, gently, compassionately shift our lenses of perception to empower and support us rather than harm us. This is huge. Downtime. Slowing down. Absolutely essential. But for many of us, for almost all of us, myself included, there is enormous resistance to slowing down, not only physically, but also emotionally. Because when we slow down, we meet ourselves. And that can be a very tender and vulnerable place to be. So downtime not only heals you physically, it also heals your heart. These practices, these modules, these 2 months, 8 weeks of self-care starts with you. You're the one you've been waiting for, and you are. They are supplemented by a few juicy practices and offerings that are optional, but highly encouraged. The first is group meetings, live, in person, over the internet, of course, online, but we see each other like you see me now, and it's live, so you'd be able to talk to me and talk to your fellow self-care tribe, self-care superheroes, and support each other, and collaborate with each other, and share stories and experiences and challenges and aha moments. Once a week for 60 minutes, you have that option. Now, we're a small group, there's about 10 of us. So sometimes you might be the only one who shows up, but that's awesome, because that means that you get to have a private one-on-one coaching session with me. Woo! So I highly encourage you to come. And of course, they'll be recorded, so if you can't make it live, you can absolutely check out the recordings. And as far as when they will be offered, well, that's up to you. I'm going to be sending you a short questionnaire about the times and the days that are best for you. And from your responses, that's how I will determine what time, what day we will be meeting. And maybe I'll shake it up a little So one week we'll meet one day, one time, and the next week a different day and time, just depending on what you tell me, because this is for you. So that's a supplement that's optional, but super encouraged, number one. Okay, so supplement that's optional and super encouraged, number two, is your Google Docs, your travel log. And you know, actually, I kind of want to say it's mandatory. Although, of course, I would never force you to do anything. But I really, really encourage you to do this. So your Google Docs travel log, I'll be sending you a link to that. In it, each week, I'll be asking you some pretty easy, simple questions. They're not hard to answer, only take a few minutes or more, depending on what you want to put into it and what time you have, about your experience in this course each week, what your challenges are, what your roadblocks are, what your aha moments are. And this is a great way for you to remain committed to your self-care, because you know that I'm going to be seeing this Google Doc travel log at the end of the week. You'll be sending me a link to your Google Doc travel log once you've answered the questions at the end of the week, and I'll see your answers, and I'll be able to support you and celebrate you based on those answers. So really, really helpful. It helps you understand what's working, where you're encountering resistance, etc. And it helps me understand that too, and so we can really grow and help each other together. And then the third is, and I'm turning around because I've got some props here, your book club, Sacred Self-Care Book Club. Woo-hoo-hoo! Oh, sorry if I just gave you a little dizziness there. So for Module 1, Month 1, we're going to start with Wild Mind. Can you see it? Can you see it? I think I just made you dizzy again. Wild Mind, Living the Writer's Life by Natalie Goldberg. All right. In this book, you will be receiving your journal exercises, your journal prompts from this book. They're in this book. You don't need the book because I will be giving you the exercises from the book, but I highly encourage you to at least check it out from the library. It will take your journey deeper. It will give you more aha moments. It will help you. Any resource that you can include with this course, awesome. And you don't need to read the whole book, just a couple of passages, just a couple of pages, just like the quote from Marianne Williamson that I shared with you at the beginning of this welcome video, can make a big difference in your self-care journey. And as many of you know, I'm a writer, and this book, for me, is hands down one of the best books that I've ever used as far as journal prompts or writing prompts and exercises go. Awesome. So for Module 2, Month 2, you've got, here I come. Wherever you go, there you are. This book by Jon Kabat-Zinn was written in 1994, and it was a huge success. Sold millions of copies, took, I don't know, the mindfulness world by storm. Unexpected. And Jon Kabat-Zinn is a renowned scientist and doctor at the University of Massachusetts Medical Center, where he leads and teaches mindfulness-based stress reduction classes and workshops. And he's been doing that since, I believe, the 1970s. This book also, all about mindfulness and meditation. Really accessible, really powerful. And I recommend that you pick it up from at least the library and just kind of dip your toe into it and see what happens. Okay. So this course officially begins on Monday, February 18th, I believe. Today is the 14th, it's Valentine's Day, so the 15th is Friday. Yep, 18th. On Sunday, the 17th, I will email you the content for Monday. And speaking of email is a great way to get in touch with me. If you have questions, comments, concerns, you can email me anytime. Just being mindful that you don't email me all the time. And I'll do my best to respond within 24 hours at least. There's a caveat. On Saturdays, if you email me, it might take me a little bit longer because, as some of you know, Saturdays are my Danny day. That's my day where I just am off the table. I do whatever my heart longs for. Nothing is scheduled, if at all possible. So I'm not online. So just FYI. Welcome to You're the One You've Been Waiting for. Self-care starts with you. I am so glad that you are here. Namaste.